YouTube, what's good? Today we have a new client in the chair. So he's going to get a number 3 with a high taper. First things first, I can already see he's a little light in that one specific corner right there. So we have our Andis Masters. I got my 3 guard on there, the magnetic guard. I'm going with the grain, going slowly, cutting with his hair pattern. And I'm being careful around the corners. I'm kind of grazing over the corners. You don't want to dig in, especially if it's a new client. You don't know what's laying under there. He may have had cowlicks or something, so I was just being careful while I was cutting. If you guys like the music, make sure you check out my guy Lixid. All the details for his beats are in the description below. After we cut it down, we're gonna brush his hair just to kind of get all those loose hairs out. Wavers don't like, when they touch their hair after the cut, it's all this hair on their hands. You just wanna blow dry it out. Takes a couple seconds. Now we're setting in our first guideline with our trimmers. And under that, we're gonna go with our shavers just to get it nice and razor bald. Next, I have my Stylecraft Mythics and the levers all the way open. We're gonna go up about 1 inch. Under that, we're gonna drop down, put our lever halfway, and then fully close it. You may have to grab your liners again just to flick that out, but in this case, it came out. Now I have my number 1 guard, my wall 1 guard, and the lever's fully open, and I'm kind of flicking out towards the top. As you can see, his hair is extremely wavy, which means it's extremely curly too. It's just laid down, because waves are just laid down curls. Under that, we closed our lever, and now we have our wall premium half guard. And we're using the corners on that. Next, I grab my 3 guard, and I'm kind of flicking out with this. This isn't gonna get rid of that bulk line, but I'm kind of just flicking out to blend into the waves. Now, the important thing about this high taper is you don't wanna push it up too high. I had trouble on this side. As you can see, I was struggling. I then grabbed my 2 guard, and I'm using the corners. I had trouble in this specific spot that I'm cutting in right now, this side. Usually with a haircut, you're gonna have an easy side to fade and then a hard side. Then I grabbed my 1.5 guard, my Babyless 1.5 guard, and I kind of was using my full blade to kind of flick that out, but it still wasn't able to get that faint line out, so I grabbed my 1 guard. And I call this one a 3/4 guard because it cuts shorter than the 1, but longer than the 0. And now we're just doing some detail work, fading in his beard, and as you can see, I got it nice and crispy, nice and blended. Now we're gonna do the back. Same steps for the back. I do like to switch up my fading technique sometimes. Like sometimes I'll debulk first. The side that I'm about to fade now, it was the easier side. It was much easier. So on this side, I just debulked first because it was like too bulky to set my guideline in first. So I debulked, and we're doing the same steps. Grabbing your liners, make that initial guideline. Grab your shavers, go under that. Go up about 1 inch with your lever open. Drop down. Get that line out. Let me know how you guys have been enjoying these tutorials. I'm trying to make them more fast-paced and engaging. I know people don't like to sit and watch 15-minute videos. I know I don't. I just like them fast-paced 8 to 10-minute videos. But we're doing the same steps that we did on the other side. This side was just so much easier. I feel like the blend on this side came out much cleaner, but I wanted to walk you guys through the difficult side. I wanted you guys to see how I was struggling with it. And this is our 0.75 guard. I don't think anyone has ever called it this, but it just cuts like one. And we have our wall premium half guard, and now we're getting out that bottom faint guideline using them corners of the blade. And as you can see, it's blended. We're gonna get started on the shape up in his back. You always want to take down this area so that it stays crispy. This area does tend to grow fast and not stay sharp for too long, but you just want to take it down You don't want it to be the same length as the top of the head because you want this area to stay crispy for at least a couple days. In this side, I think I irritated his skin in the back a little bit because it was red after the cut. It wasn't bleeding or anything, but we put some sea breeze on it to clear up the pores. But like I said, it's a new client, so his skin was a little sensitive. We just did his mustache, and now we're gonna taper his front hairline. I'm not gonna cut it down too short. As you can see, he has light spots. So we took it down with a 2, and now we just sprayed some hairspray just to hold those hairs in place. So initially, I could already tell the right side of his lineup was gonna be an issue. So the middle was easy. With wavy hair, you wanna constantly comb it because it's just, you can get it sharp, but then you comb it and then it'll be uneven again. So this side that I'm doing right now was like the somewhat easier side. He was a little lighter on this side, but this side was a little difficult because I'm gonna show you guys the trouble area. So this area right here, all the way in the corner, I could already tell it was gonna, the clipper was gonna reject the hair. Now my trimmers are dang near perfect, but the way his hair grows right here, watch right here, it's gonna reject it. See how it didn't cut? So we had to lower that area with our number 1 guard. So I'm going below it, shaping that part up first before I attack it. And now I'm attacking it again. This can happen with wavy hair, wavy and curly hair. It's like you're kind of cutting in between the crest of the wave. So the clipper doesn't really, it can't, I don't really know how to explain it. It just can't cut directly on it. You have to go in at an angle. So now it's finally cutting, as you guys can see. And you just want to keep combing it and go over it a couple times just to make sure it's actually crispy. Because a waver is going to brush or comb his hair after the cut. So to wavers, a crispy line isn't always the priority. It's usually about their waves, but you also want to hook them up. You know what I'm saying? Now we're shaping up his beard. Say you wanted to keep it low, but not too low. And now we're just gonna shape him up. And now we're gonna add our enhancements. So like I said, this is a new client. I've never cut him before, but I think the cut came out crispy. Shout out Easy Blade. Use my promo code the4thken for 10% off. We're just stretching his skin, keeping his beard line natural, but also keeping it sharp. And we're gonna do the other side right now. And last but not least, we're gonna freehand trim the hair. All those loose hairs that the 3 guard couldn't get, we're just trimming it up. This will make the haircut just look neat. That's it. It just makes it look neat and precise. And as you can see, that's fire. We're just gonna do some detail work. Saw a little bit of dark spots. And last but not least, he told me he wanted to just trim his beard just a little bit. This is how my client came in. And this is how he's leaving the studio. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. As you can see, a client was satisfied. It's the 4thken, and I'm out. Peace.